Improve your English fast and confidently. My friends, let me begin by saying this: your voice matters. In every language, the words you speak carry your story, your dreams, your courage. And when you decide to improve your English, you are not just learning vocabulary or grammar, you are expanding your world. I want you to imagine for a moment that the confidence you're looking for is already inside you. It's been there all along, waiting for you to say, Wes, I'm ready, because learning a language isn't about perfection. It's about connection. It's about opening doors you once thought were locked. You may stumble over words. You may forget a phrase. You may worry about your accent. We have, and that's okay. Every mistake is a sign that you're trying, that you're growing, that you're brave enough to be seen while you learn. And that, right, is power, is power. So speak even when your voice shakes. Listen, even when you don't understand every word. Read, even when the sentences feel slow. And keep showing up for yourself. Surround yourself with English like sunlight. Let it warm you. Let it brighten you. And day by day, you'll discover that you're not just learning English. You're becoming more confident, more capable, more you. And when that moment comes, when you speak and realize you didn't translate in your head, you didn't hesitate, you just smiled, because you'll know, I did that. I grew into this. So trust the journey. Trust your mind. Trust your voice. You are ready, and the world is ready to hear you. Believe in yourself first. Confidence is the foundation of fast learning. Tell yourself daily, I can do this. Immerse in English daily. Listen, read, speak, and think in English as much as you can, even in small moments. Practice speaking out loud. Don't wait until you feel perfect. Speak now. Progress comes from use, not silence. Welcome mistakes. Each mistake is a teacher. Instead of feeling embarrassed, feel proud that you're learning. Grow your vocabulary with purpose. Learn words you actually use in real life and repeat them daily. Surround yourself with English content. Movies, podcasts, books, conversations, they help your brain adapt naturally. Stay consistent and patient. Progress happens step by step. Keep going, especially on the days it feels slow. If you keep your heart open, your mind curious, and your effort steady, you won't just improve your English, you'll transform your confidence. Believing in yourself is the very first step to improving your English fast and confidently. When you hold a quiet trust in your own ability, you create a powerful inner space where growth becomes possible. Many people begin their learning journey with fear. They worry about sounding wrong or being judged. Yet the truth is this: the moment you begin to believe that you are capable, your progress already begins. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you choose to practice every single day through the way you speak to yourself. Tell yourself often that you can learn. Say it out loud if you must. I can learn, I can improve. Grow. These simple words strengthen your mindset. They gently guide your brain to stay open and curious instead of closing down in doubt. When you believe in yourself, you give your dreams permission to breathe. You allow yourself to take bold steps forward even when the path is unfamiliar. Self-belief also means being kind to yourself. You will forget words. You will pause while speaking. You will search for the right phrase. None of that means you are failing. It only means you are learning. Speak to yourself the way a loving teacher would. Encourage yourself. Celebrate small wins. When you understood a new sentence, when you replied in English, when you read a page and felt just a little more confident. Every one of these moments matters, and confidence grows through action. The more you use English, the more natural it feels. Yet you cannot take action if you are busy doubting yourself. This is why belief must come first. It becomes your foundation. It steadies you when you face challenges. It reminds you that progress is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. A tiny shift, a thought you now understand, a word that finally feels familiar. When you believe in yourself, you also give yourself permission to be seen. You allow your imperfect English to exist in the world. You speak even when your voice shakes a little. You ask questions. You try again. Over time, your courage grows. You begin to notice that you worry less about mistakes and focus more on connection. You realize that people are not waiting to judge you. Many of them are simply happy to understand you and to be understood. Belief is not magic. It is a steady practice. Some days you will feel strong. Other days you may doubt yourself again. That is normal. On those difficult days, return to your why. Ask yourself why you want to improve your English. Maybe it is for work, maybe for study, maybe to travel, maybe to connect with people from all over the world. Let that reason become the fire that keeps you moving. Create small daily habits that support your belief. Spend a few minutes reading. Listen to a short podcast. Repeat phrases out loud. Tell yourself that every step counts, even the tiny ones. Progress is not about speed alone. It is about direction. If you keep moving forward, you will get there. Remember this always. Your accent is a part of your story. Your pace is your own. Your journey does not need to look like anyone else's. Believe that you belong in every conversation you wish to join. Believe that your voice has value. Believe that you are capable of more than you think. When you hold that belief close, you will not only improve your English fast and confidently, you will also discover a deeper trust in yourself that will stay with you far beyond language learning. Immersing yourself in English every day is like stepping into a warm ocean where every wave invites you to swim a little farther. The more time you spend surrounded by the language, the more natural it begins to feel. Your brain slowly relaxes into the rhythm of new sounds and patterns. What once felt difficult begins to feel familiar simply because you are hearing and seeing it often. Immersion does not mean long hours of study that drain your energy. It means weaving English into the small moments of your day. You can listen to a short podcast while you walk. You can read a few lines of an article before bed. You can change the language on your phone so that simple actions like opening an app become tiny learning moments. These small steps build powerful habits over time. Think of English as a friend you invite into your life. You spend time together. You laugh at new words. You replay a sentence until it feels comfortable in your mouth. You allow yourself to be curious. When you hear a phrase you do not know, you pause and ask, what does that mean? Each question opens a new door. Listening is a huge part of immersion. Let English voices fill your space. Watch shows, listen to music, play interviews in the background while you cook, clean, or even if you do not catch every word, your mind is still learning. It begins to recognize tone, rhythm, and meaning from context. One day you suddenly realize that you understood a full sentence without translating. That moment is the gift of immersion. Speaking is equally important. Try to think in English as you move through your day. Describe objects around you. Form simple sentences in your mind. Talk to yourself out loud if you can. It may feel strange at first, yet this simple habit strengthens your fluency more than you might expect. Your mouth and mind begin working together. Words flow with less effort. Reading adds another layer. Choose material that feels interesting and not overwhelming. Short blogs, social media posts, children's stories, even subtitles can help. When you meet a new word, do not rush past it. Look at it. Listen to it. Try to use it later. Repetition turns new words into trusted tools you can reach for when you speak. Immersion also means removing fear. You will misunderstand sometimes. You will hear a sentence and feel lost. That is normal. Instead of thinking, I cannot do this, remind yourself, I am learning. Every moment of confusion is a step toward clarity. Give yourself the freedom to be a beginner again. Growth starts with humility. Create an environment that supports your goal. Surround yourself with English posters, notebooks, playlists, and conversations. Join online communities. Comment in English. Ask questions. Share your thoughts. Human connection makes learning feel alive rather than mechanical. It reminds you that a language is not just rules. It is people sharing stories, dreams, and emotions. Consistency is the heartbeat of immersion. A little practice every day works better than a long session once a week. Just as a plant grows from regular sunlight, your English grows from regular exposure. Even 10 minutes can spark progress when you show up daily with intention. Most of all, enjoy the journey. Let curiosity guide you rather than pressure. Celebrate the moment you understood a joke. Smile when you follow a video without subtitles. Feel proud when you express yourself, even imperfectly. These moments are proof that immersion is working and that you are becoming more confident in your English every single day. Practicing speaking every chance you get is one of the most powerful ways to improve your English fast and confidently. Speaking turns knowledge into skill. It transforms the words you have learned in books and videos into living language that flows from your own voice. Many learners wait until they feel perfect before they speak. They wait for the right accent, the right grammar, the right sentence. But that moment rarely comes. Confidence grows from practice, not from waiting. The more you speak, the braver you become, and the easier it feels to express yourself. Think of speaking like exercising a muscle. If you only practice once in a while, your progress will be slow and shaky. But if you practice a little every day, your mouth and mind begin to work together smoothly. Sounds become more natural. Sentences connect more easily. You stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. That shift happens only through practice. You can begin small, talk to yourself as you move through your day. Describe what you see. Explain what you are doing. Tell your plans out loud. It may feel funny at first, but it is a safe and simple way to train your voice. You can also repeat sentences from movies or podcasts. Listen closely, then try to copy the tone and rhythm. This helps you sound more natural and trains your ear at the same time. Seek out real conversations whenever you can. Speak with friends who know English. Join online language groups. Chat with classmates, coworkers, or neighbors. Even short interactions help. Order food in English. Ask for directions. Say hello and share a few words. Each small exchange builds courage. You begin to see that the world does not end when you make a mistake. In fact, most people are patient and kind, especially when they know you are learning. Mistakes are not something to fear. They are proof that you are trying. Every speaker of every language makes mistakes. Children do it all the time as they learn to talk, and no one laughs at them. Treat yourself with the same patience. When you use the wrong word or grammar, simply notice it, learn from it, and continue speaking. Over time, your accuracy improves naturally. Silence teaches you nothing. Speaking teaches you everything. It also helps to set simple goals. You could decide to speak English for 5 minutes a day, no matter what. Or you might choose to learn 3 new phrases and use them in conversation. Clear goals give you direction and motivation. Celebrate each time you meet a goal. These small victories build belief in yourself and make you excited to keep going. Record your voice sometimes and listen back. You will hear progress that you may not notice in daily life. You might think your accent or rhythm sounds strange at first, but with practice, you will hear clear improvement. This can be very motivating. Remember that speaking is about connection, not perfection. The aim is to share your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas. If the listener understands you, then you have succeeded. Perfection can come later if you want it. For now, focus on using the language bravely and often. Make English a living part of your world. Speak when you wake up. Speak while you cook. Speak with others when the chance arises. Speak even when you feel shy. Every word gives you strength. Every sentence moves you forward. With time, practice, and patience, you will find that speaking English becomes as natural as breathing. And with that confidence, you will open doors to new friendships, opportunities, and experiences that once welcoming mistakes is one of the most powerful shifts you can make in your journey to improve your English fast and accomplish fast and confidently. Many learners see mistakes as proof that they are failing. In truth, mistakes are simply signs that you are learning and stretching beyond your comfort zone. Every time you say something that is not perfect, you are training your brain, your mouth, and your confidence. You are practicing courage. And courage is the true engine of progress. Think about how children learn to speak. They say words in strange ways. They mix up grammar. They forget simple phrases. Yet they keep talking. No one expects them to be perfect. We know they will improve through repetition and experience. You deserve that same kindness. When you welcome mistakes, you give yourself the freedom to try again. You remove the heavy pressure that blocks your voice and keeps you silent. Mistakes are teachers dressed in simple clothing. Each one shows you where you still need practice. Perhaps you learn that a sentence structure is different from what you thought. Perhaps you discover that your pronunciation needs more work. Instead of feeling ashamed, you can say to yourself, this is useful. Now I know what to improve. In this way, mistakes become helpful guides rather than enemies. Perfection is a dream that can quietly stop your progress. If you wait until you feel perfect, you may never speak at all. You will hold your words inside and doubt yourself more each day. But when you accept mistakes as natural, you begin to speak freely. You learn faster because you are using the language instead of hiding from it. Real growth happens through action, not worry. It is also important to remember that most people do not judge you the way you fear. Many listeners admire your effort. They respect the bravery it takes to communicate in a language that is not your first. When you make a mistake, they often understand your meaning anyway. And if they correct you, it can be a gift that helps you improve. Try to see correction as support, not criticism. You can even build a habit of reflecting gently on your mistakes. After a conversation, you might think about one sentence that felt difficult. You can practice it again later. You can write it down. You can look up the correct form. This quiet reflection turns each mistake into a small lesson that strengthens your skills day by day. Welcoming mistakes also means being patient with your accent. Your accent carries your history, your culture, and your story. It is not something to be ashamed of. It may cause occasional misunderstandings. That is normal. Speak clearly. Slow down when you need to. But do not force yourself to erase the sound of your voice in order to feel worthy of speaking. There will be days when your mistakes feel heavy. You may feel frustrated or tired. On those days, remind yourself how far you have already come. You are learning a full language. That is a huge achievement. Show yourself compassion. Rest if you need to, then return with fresh energy and an open heart. With time, you will notice that your mistakes decrease. Your sentences grow smoother. Your words come more easily. This progress is the direct result of your willingness to be imperfect along the way. If you had avoided every risk, you would not reach this point. Your courage has carried you forward. So keep going. Speak even when the words come out wrong. Laugh at your errors. Learn from them. Let them shape you into a stronger, more confident communicator. When you welcome mistakes, you release fear and invite growth. And from that growth, your English will rise like a steady sun, lighting new paths and new possibilities in your life. Growing your vocabulary with purpose means choosing words that truly belong in your daily life and building a real relationship with them. Many learners collect long lists of difficult words, then forget them a few days later. Real progress happens when the words you learn become part of your voice. When you hear them speak them and see them often, they begin to live inside you. Purposeful vocabulary learning is not about how many words you know. It is about how well you can use the words that matter. Start by noticing the English you meet every day. Listen to the words people use in conversations, video songs, and books. Pay attention to phrases that appear again and again. These are often most powerful words to learn first because they help you communicate. Clearly, in many situations, write them down in a notebook or note on your phone. Do not just collect them. Return to them. Read them aloud. Use them in sentences that are real for your life. Choose vocabulary that matches your goals. If you want English for work, focus on words you will use in meetings, emails, or presentations. If you want English for travel, learn phrases for directions, hotels, food, and daily interactions. If you want English for friendships, focus on casual conversation. When the words you learn connect with your real world, they become easier to remember because they have meaning and purpose. Repetition is your best friend. A new word will not stay in your mind after seeing it once. You need to meet it many times in different places. Hear it, say it, write it, make simple sentences about your life. For example, if you learn the word confident, you might say, I feel confident today, or speaking English makes me more confident. Each time you use the word, you make the memory stronger. Practice in small steps. Learn a few words at a time instead of many words all at once. 3 to 5 new words a day can be enough. This allows you to focus deeply. Over a month, that becomes a powerful collection of useful language that you can actually use. Quality matters more than quantity. Context is also important. Words do not live alone. They belong inside phrases and sentences. Try to learn short expressions instead of single words. For example, learn take a break rather than only break. This helps you sound more natural and makes it easier to remember how the word really works in conversation. Speak your new vocabulary out loud as often as possible. Your mouth needs practice, just like your mind. The more you say the words, the more natural they feel. Try using them in real conversations, even if you are not completely sure. Risk brings growth. If you use a word incorrectly, that is only another chance to learn. Reading and listening widely also support your vocabulary growth. When you expose yourself to English through stories, articles, podcasts, and videos, you meet words in rich and meaningful ways. You begin to understand not only what they mean, but also how they feel and when they are used. Over time, you develop a deeper sense of the language that you cannot get from lists alone. Be patient with yourself. Some words will stay quickly. Others will seem to disappear from your memory. That is normal. Return to them without frustration. Every review strengthens the pathway in your brain. Celebrate small victories each time you successfully use a new word in conversation or writing. Those are real steps forward. Remember that vocabulary is not decoration. It is a bridge between your thoughts and the world. The more purposefully you choose and practice your words, the more clearly you can express who you are. With steady practice, curiosity, and patience, your vocabulary will grow strong, confident, and alive. Surrounding yourself with English content is like opening windows in every room of your mind so fresh air can flow through all day long. When you fill your environment with the language, your brain begins to adjust without you even noticing. You start to recognize sounds, expressions, and rhythm. You slowly become more comfortable and less afraid because English is no longer something distant that you only study for a short time. It becomes part of your daily life and your daily identity. You can begin by choosing content that you truly enjoy. If you love movies, watch them in English. If you enjoy music, listen to songs and follow the lyrics. If you like learning new ideas, find podcasts or short talks that inspire you. When the content feels interesting, your motivation rises and learning stops feeling like a heavy duty. Instead, it becomes something you look forward to. Reading is another beautiful way to surround yourself with the language. You do not need to start with long books. Begin with short post stories or news articles. Even subtitles and captions can help. Over time, your eyes become familiar with sentence structure and word patterns. You see how native speakers express ideas. You notice phrases that repeat again and again. These phrases slowly settle into your memory until you can use them naturally when you speak. Technology can be your silent teacher throughout the day. You can change the language setting on your phone or computer to English. You can follow social media accounts that post in English. You can watch short videos or reels and try to understand the main idea. Each small interaction with the language builds confidence. You may not understand everything. That is completely fine. Your brain is still learning beneath the surface. Listening plays a powerful role. Let English play in the background while you cook, walk, or relax. Even passive listening trains your ear. You begin to hear the melody of the language. You start to recognize words you have seen before. One day you will realize that full sentences suddenly make sense. That moment will fill you with joy and remind you that your effort is working. Make your environment speak English to you. Place sticky notes on objects around your home with their English names. Write short affirmations in English and put them where you can see them. Let your space whisper the language gently throughout the day. These reminders keep you connected to your goal and make learning feel natural rather than forced. It is also important to balance your content so it is challenging but not overwhelming. If something feels too difficult, choose simpler material for now. You want to feel stretched but not discouraged. Progress grows best where patience and effort meet. Be kind to yourself along the way. Try to interact with the content, not just observe it. Pause a video and repeat a sentence. Write down a new phrase and use it later in conversation. Summarize what you read in a few simple sentences. This active engagement strengthens your memory and turns knowledge into real communication skills. Consistency makes all the difference. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day adds up to huge change over months. Small steps repeated often shape your future. When you surround yourself with English regularly, your confidence rises naturally because the language becomes familiar. And what is familiar no longer feels frightening. Most of all, enjoy the journey. Let curiosity guide you. Explore different voices, topics, and accents. Celebrate every moment of understanding. Every word you learn and every sentence you follow is proof that you are growing stronger. By surrounding yourself with English content, you build a world where learning happens all the time and where confidence grows quietly yet powerfully inside you. Staying consistent and patient is the quiet strength behind every success in learning English. It is easy to feel excited at the beginning of your journey. You feel motivated. You dream of speaking fluently. But real progress grows from the small daily steps you take even on days when motivation is low. Consistency means showing up for yourself again and again. It means practicing even when you feel tired. It means choosing progress over perfection. When you are consistent, your effort builds like layers of paint until the picture becomes clear. Patience works together with consistency. Learning a language is not a straight line. Some days you feel brilliant and everything makes sense. Other days you feel slow and confused. This is natural. Your brain is building new connections and this takes time. If you become angry with yourself, you block your growth. If you choose patience, you give yourself space to learn. You say to yourself, I am still growing. I will keep going. This kind voice keeps your heart steady and your mind open. Create small daily habits that are easy to follow. You might read for 10 minutes each morning. You might listen to a podcast while you walk. You might practice speaking out loud before bed. These habits do not need to be big or dramatic. They only need to be regular. Over weeks and months, you will notice a quiet transformation. Words that once felt difficult begin to flow with ease. Sentences connect more naturally. You trust yourself more. There will be times when you feel stuck. You might think you are not improving at all, but often the biggest progress is invisible at first. You may not notice that you understand faster. You may not notice that you speak with less fear. Then one day you answer a question without thinking, or you watch a video without subtitles and you realize how far you have come. That moment is the reward of patience. Consistency also teaches discipline. You learn to move forward even when things are not perfect. You learn to value practice over excuses. This strength will help you not only in English, but in every part of your life. You begin to trust your own commitment. You see that you can depend on yourself. That trust builds deep confidence. It can help to set realistic goals. Instead of saying, I will be fluent in 1 month, choose goals, like I will practice for 15 minutes every day, or I will learn 5 new phrases each week. These goals are clear and manageable. Each time you complete one, you feel a sense of success. This success gives you energy to continue. Also, remember to rest when you need to. Patience does not mean pushing yourself until you are exhausted. It means listening to your body and mind. If you are tired, take a short break, then return with fresh energy. Rest is also part of learning. It allows your brain to organize everything you have studied. Celebrate your progress often. Think about where you started. Think about the fear you once had and how much braver you are now. Celebrate the first conversation you had, the first message you wrote, the first time you understood a joke. These moments are proof that your consistency and patience are working. Stay connected to your purpose. Ask yourself why you want to learn English. Maybe it is for your career, maybe for travel, maybe to connect with people from around the world. Keep this reason close to your heart. It will guide you through difficult days. In the end, consistency and patience are acts of love toward your future self. Every small effort is a gift you are sending forward in time. One day you will look back and see that your steady steps created something beautiful. You will speak with confidence. You will understand with ease. And you will know that it happened not by luck, but through your faithful commitment to keep going slowly, gently, and bravely each day. Learning English fast and confidently is not only about grammar rules and long vocabulary lists. It is about believing in yourself enough to keep going when it feels hard. It is about surrounding yourself with the language until it becomes a natural part of your world. It is about speaking bravely even when you are unsure and welcoming every mistake as a teacher instead of an enemy. Step by step, you learn to trust your voice. Through daily immersion, you open your mind to new sounds, new ideas, and new possibilities. Through steady practice, you discover that confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build with patience, courage, and love for your own progress. Every new word, every conversation, every small moment of understanding is proof that you are growing stronger. So carry this truth with you. You are capable. You are learning. You are rising. Your accent is not a weakness. Your mistakes are not a failure. They are evidence of your bravery. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep practicing. Keep surrounding your life with English and with faith in your own potential. One day you will look back and realize that the confidence you were searching for has been growing inside you all along. You will speak with ease. You will understand with clarity. And you will know that your journey was worth every step because it not only improved your English, it expanded your world and awakened the powerful voice within you.